Brad up a game. Could be in the top 8 with Manfield, Merriam, and Collins. Or could it be Austin Gattuso who makes the top 8? This should be interesting. Haven't seen much of Colorless Eldrazi here in Modern. I know it's put up some top 8s here and there with the power of Serum Powder. How do you feel about Serum Powder as a design?
I don't really like calling out elements of the rules like mulligans and opening hands.
I think it's kind of cool.
I think it's pretty artless.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Serum Powder time. Let's take a look. Let's zoom it in. Let's see what he's going to mulligan away.
And they all go into exile, right? It's all gone.
Here we go. What do we lose? Dismember, Mimic, Thought. Oh, that's some tough losses. Thought Knot, Smasher, Z-Void, E-Mimic, GQ, Dismember, Serum Powder. Okay. So Serum Powder you see here. 3 mana add 1. Not really here for that so much. Anytime you can mulligan and Serum Powder is in your hand, you may remove your hand from the game, then draw that many cards. The idea here with Colorless Eldrazi is simple. They're looking to mulligan to Eldrazi Temple. And now this is a mulligan. That was a free mulligan.
Now he's paying for this one.
Now he's paying for this one and going down to 6. There you go. It's a little strange in that regard. So those cards that were fanned out, those are exiled, gone for good. And Gattuso will be looking at 6 cards now. On the hunt for the ET, Eldrazi Temple. All right, here we go. And 6.
It's going off.
All right, let's see what we lost on this one. Eldrazi Temple, Dismember Karn, Chalice Powder, Mimic. Yeah, you got to let that one go too, I think, even though it had a temple.
Well, the presence of Serum Powder in your hand just so dramatically increases the odds of mulliganing. 1, because it's free, and 2, because the Serum Powder itself is a bad card that is likely to make you want to keep.
Zaflin Void will be the first land here for Austin. Top card becomes the bottom, and now we'll go back over to Brad. The pre-game actions and theatrics are all done. This card, I think, is going to see a lot of play down the road.
It's not a bad rate. I mean, colorless lands are a pretty high opportunity cost. Obviously not for the Eldrazi decks, but card's good.
Yeah.
It's good, but there's a lot of competition,
Yep.
A lot of good colorless lands.
Steam Fence untapped there for Nelson. He falls down to 18. Looks like he's got a Lightning Helix at the ready here, does Brad, or some sort of red base removal spell at that. That is a Blink Moth Nexus. Austin going to take a look at the exile pile. Brad going to do the same. And now here comes Eldrazi Mimic. Not the most exciting third turn here for our colorless Eldrazi player. The follow-up is another Eldrazi Mimic, and it makes me wonder if Brad has an Electrolyze in hand.
I believe he does, but I don't think he has land number 3.
Fair enough. Lightning Helix will take care of the new Mimic. We'll go back over to Nelson. Celestial Colonnade was the draw as we head back over to Austin. Reality Smasher was the draw. This is a Thought Knot Seer. That is a Ceremonious Rejection. No way. It'll be an attack here for 2. Nelson going to fall down to 17. We go back over to Brad, who's drawing another land there. Timely in the Flooded Strand.
Couple good draw steps back to back. Austin kind of running out of stuff to do, it looks like.
Yes,
Brad
he
with a
is.
lot of removal.
Thought Knots here again. Does Nelson have an answer for this one, too? It'll be Snapcaster made ceremonious rejection, so the answer is yes, and he's ready to trade with that Mimic if he can. You already see Brad with his hand on that Flooded Strand saying, I'm going to sacrifice this on the end step.
I'm going to block. I'm going to block.
Yes, he is.
Yep. Okay.
So he'll fall down to 16. He'll get a land that earns the battlefield tapped. Boy, oh boy. The exchanges here for Nelson are quite good, folks. Brad will untap. Jeskai Control doing Jeskai Control things. He'll draw. Looks like he picked up an island for the turn. 3 mana. Electrolyze. 1/1. Draw another card. If your deck is based around creatures, folks, you do not want to play against Brad or Seth this weekend. Because they're going to kill all of them, and then they're going to kill you.
Yeah, this has been a surgical picking apart of everything that Gattuso has been able to bring to the table so far.
Reality Smasher. That one is not alive. Path, discard an island. I thought that might be the one to crack the case. I was wrong. Nelson going to sacrifice the fetch land too. Both players will get a land out of their deck. Austin from the path. He'll get a waste. Brad will get himself a Steam Vents, and he's going to keep trucking along.
Reality Smasher makes you discard, it doesn't exile.
Correct.
That's odd with processing in the set. I would have assumed.
That's legit. Yeah.
Maybe that's the point, is the Reality Smasher is supposed to be the not fancy one, but
Here comes Snappy. And Brad will take deal 2, pardon me. Austin's the one taking 2 this go around. Brad get an idea of exactly what Austin's working with. He's gathering info. You see the exile pile there from the Serum Powder. He wants to know exactly what lands are hiding down there. It's copies of Blinkmoth Nexus. And we're going to pass the turn back over to Austin G. Dismember in hand. And a mystery card at this stage. That'll be a Scavenging Grounds, which not a horrible card in general. Not at its best right now in this situation. I think Brad's already gotten a lot of value out of that graveyard.
yeah. Getting back the flashback at ceremonious rejections already. That's paid off.
Yeah. We'll move back over to Austin here. And now back over to Nelson. Again, in this spot, if you're Brad, you're not really in much of a rush. You've got pretty good control of the game, got a high life total. Don't have to worry about some sort of strange effect like Eye of Ugin. And if you've had Teferi show up in some capacity, you're feeling pretty good about things. But it looks like Celestial Colonnade is going to get fired up, and he's going to attack. Ghost Quarter is going to take care of that. I can't imagine that took Brad by surprise.
Yeah, I don't think he has anything else to do with his mana, so might as well free up future Colonnades.
And Nelson will pass the turn back. Gattuso is reaching for some mana here. That'll be 5 mana. I think this might be Batterskull. Okay.
Unexpected.
Yeah? See if Nelson's got an answer. I think he's got a Logic Knot in hand as he's going to fetch in response. Batterskull, not a card that we see much of course, in Modern. See it plenty in Legacy in combination with Stoneforge Mystic, and maybe one day we will see it in Modern in combination with Stoneforge Mystic if Shaheen Sarani gets his way. However, I think the Mythic equipment will be headed to the graveyard thanks to El Logico. It'll be a Logic Knot forcing the opponent to pay 3 more, which is something Austin can do. Nelson will untap all of those lands. He's going to tap a bunch of mana here. And he's looking to get this game over with there, partner. Here comes the Colonnade. That's why you saw the last one get fired up and get taken care of for future Colonnade attacks.
Yeah, just have to push through it.
Blinkmoth Nexus is thinking about chumping, and Nelson's thinking about killing that Blinkmoth Nexus with a Lightning Helix before blocks.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, the race is actually favorable for Nelson. Now it's a bit more complicated. But I was going to say, if this lands, even if he draws Reality Smashers off the top, you can just win in the air.
Well, Dismember is going to take care of the Colonnade. 2 damage will come through from the Snapcaster Mage, and of course, the Dismember is going to deal Austin Gattuso 4.
But that was a big Dismember. If Gattuso draws some of his big stuff off the top, he can still win this race.
Well, now's a good time to peel some pretty good ones, folks. Reality Smash would be a great start. I'm not quite sure if that's what the doctor ordered or not. As Gattuso continues to organize his lands but not play anything. Scavenger Grounds will be activated. Graveyards are gone now. And now it's a Mutavault and a passing of the turn. So we'll go back over to Nelson. He's going to play a Plains. If you're Austin, you need Brad to start drawing quite a few lands and hope that they're not Colonnades, as here comes old Snappy. Mutavault's going to get fired up. Looking to trade. Blinkmoth Nexus was looking to pump, and Electrolyze says, kindly leave. We're going back over to Austin now. That exchange did not work out well for him.
Yeah, I think you just got to let the trade happen there. Brad's not going to attack face up.
It'll be Reality Smasher. It's these are the kind of top decks that Austin needs right now. He's found one. We're going to head back over to Nelson. He'll draw a card. In for 2. Hi. Hi.
It's a big one.
Hello. Lyra Dawnbringer, you were so mean to her in Las Vegas.
Yeah, well, I mean, not everyone is playing with just a non-stop array of plummets. This game is still in the margins here.
Yeah, it's a timely Dismember. You got to attack. You have to. Oh, no, yeah, I don't like it. You got to play to win. You got to.
There's so many things that go wrong. You're dead to a bolt anyway at this point. You got to just try to close this out.
Try to win the game.
You can't wait.
Supreme Verdict going to take care of that. That means that Austin ends up missing out on some points of damage there. You just got to attack and hope to draw well in a spot like that, Austin. That's gonna do it. Brad Nelson going to win this game matcher over Austin Gattuso. 2-0. Jeskai Control going to take care of Colorless Eldrazi, and for Brad Nelson, it's another top 8 here on the SCG Tour, and him and his buddy Seth Manfield are making it look easy with Jeskai here in Charm City.